More people die in car crashes over the Labor Day weekend than any other holiday except for Thanksgiving. Although drivers should be careful every day of the year that they're traveling on American highways and roadways, certain days of the year present more of a risk for accidents, injuries, and death than regular driving days. In fact, according to a 2015 National Safety Council study, Labor Day weekend accounted for an average of 375 deaths in car accidents for the previous 5 years. An average of 37% of those deaths involved alcohol impairment. I'd like to welcome everyone to our Philadelphia Accident and Injury Google Hangout. My name is Rene, and I'm here with Rand Spear, Philadelphia's car accident lawyer, who again will offer us some tips to keep us safe on the road during the holiday weekend. Hi Rand, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Renee. It's a very hot, sunny day here in Philadelphia, but it's Friday and we're looking forward to a nice weekend.
Thank God it's Friday, and I know you've been having a lot of hot weather, so maybe you can go cool off at the shore hopefully over the weekend.
That's a great idea.
Rand, can you give us your opinion about why there is such a high number of deaths over the holiday weekends and why so many involve alcohol?
Well, keep in mind the summer vacations are coming to an end. You've got a lot of young and unfortunately inexperienced drivers on the roadway celebrating the last holiday. And, you know, people are traveling, so there's a lot of cars on the road. And usually when there's a lot of people and there's a lot of crowds, there's going to be traffic issues.
Well, maybe you can help our audience, with some tips, to help them stay out of trouble.
Well, I would say the most important piece of advice I can give everyone is to not drink and drive. Law enforcement is going to be in full force focusing attention on impaired driving. If you do drink, make arrangements for a designated driver or a taxi or Uber or Lyft. You just don't want to get behind the wheel if you've consumed any alcohol at all. Make sure you wear your seatbelt. A lot of people survive collisions this Labor Day weekend because they have worn safety belts. Safety belts do save lives. Also, make sure that you're not distracted. Put away the cell phones. Don't text. GPS. All of those things are distracting, and it's a very busy weekend. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of traffic. You want to pay as careful attention as you can. If you have children, make sure they're properly installed safety seats appropriate for their size and that they're in them and secured properly. And then, of course, allow plenty of time. There's no rush. Slow down a little bit. Give everyone the benefit of the doubt. If you get there 30 minutes later, it's okay. You're going to have just as good of a time and enjoy yourself, so don't be in such a hurry to get where you're going. And then just drive alert, exercise extreme caution at all times. Recognize that this is a heightened time of year, and to just be a little bit more alert and aware of what's going on around you.
Well, like always, an ounce of prevention, is worth a pound of cure. Rand, are the authorities planning on doing anything to help prevent the drunk driving statistics from climbing again this year?
Well, I know in Pennsylvania, in 2015, there was over 10,000 DUI-related crashes. Of those, over 300, I think around 345 were actually DUI-related fatalities. So it really is a very serious problem that we all need to be responsible for. Now this year, in 2016, the National Enforcement Mobilization came up with that Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. It went in effect across the country in August, and it's going to last until September 5th of 2016. And basically it consists of checkpoints and patrols in undisclosed locations. It's going to start at 6 o'clock on Fridays and it ends 6 o'clock Monday evenings. And it's going to be through the end of the holiday weekend. So, research has shown that high visibility enforcement can reduce drunk driving fatalities by as much as 20%. So that's really very significant if you really think about that. Even if you save one life, it's a definite worthwhile venture. But here you're saving many, many lives. So the key with law enforcement is if they're out and the public sees that they're out and they're in force, people will tend to be more careful, drive more carefully, hesitate to consume alcohol before they drive, and those are all good reasons for the police to be out in force.
You know, nobody needs to drink and drive with all of the resources out there that can help you go home or get anywhere you want, you know, relatively cheap with, you know, some of the tips you mentioned with Uber, Lyft, taxis, you name it, you know. So I think it's something to consider if you're going to do that.
You're right. I'd like to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and safe holiday. Go, enjoy, have a good time. Just be careful and come home safe.
That's great advice. If you have a case in Pennsylvania or New Jersey related to a car accident or any other accident or injury, please call Rand Spear, the accident lawyer, at 888-373, the numeral 4, law. Or you can always visit the firm at www.randspear.com. Thanks again, Rand, for sharing your experience and knowledge with our audience.
Thanks, Rene.
I want to thank everyone for participating today. Invite everyone to come back next week when we'll have another new topic important to you know, traffic safety. That's all for now, and goodbye. But remember, information contained in this video should not be construed as legal advice. Content is for information purposes only. Nothing contained herein shall constitute an attorney-client relationship.